back, everyone, for some more World Quiz here on the PlayStation 4. It's been a while since I last played this game, and yeah, what an intro here. I can tell it's been a while, but yeah, we are here in the month of September, and every Monday and Friday we'll be having World Quiz for you guys at noon Eastern Standard Time. I'm trying to even think of the last time I played this. It was either June or July that I played this. It's been a while, like I said, but we are going to get into things here. But before we do that, hope you guys have an awesome day today. Hope you guys doing well. At least the next 4 episodes are going to be geography based, and then we're going to be going ahead and doing some other stuff as well. Probably, I might get back to world foods. I might get back to sports. I might get back to all that stuff, but we're gonna do South America today. There are only 20 here, so let's see if we can do this whole thing in this episode. So without further ado, river has the largest discharge in the world. That would be the Amazon. Name the country. That would be Argentina, the reigning the FIFA World Cup champions. I need to say FIFA World Cup because there are multiple World Cups. As we're at 3,200 green light bulbs. Santa Cruz de la Sierra is the country's largest city. That would be Bolivia. And if I'm not mistaken, that is no, that's not the capital of Bolivia. I could be wrong about that. Country shares its coastal border with the South Pacific. That would be Chile. I almost spelled chill there. Official language of Peru, that would be Spanish. But yeah, we're going to be doing this entire category here in this episode. And Big pretty much already gave you the answer by going into that port up there, plugging into the Spanish one. Country has only one large city, Montevideo, would be Uruguay. Or we would say here in this country Uruguay, but I think it's supposed to be Uruguay. Body of fresh water borders Bolivia and Peru. That would be Lake Titicaca. Okay, this dance originated in the area between Uruguay and Argentina in the 1880s. That would be the tango. Because it takes 2 to tango. Native species, that would be the porcupine. I remember when I first started learning how to spell words, for whatever reason I thought porcupine had a Q in it. Name the country, that'd be French Guiana. Music genre originated in Peru, that would be samba. As a matter of fact, I do have a Wii game. It's called Samba de Amigo, and that's a dancing game where you, of course, the primary country is Brazil. Central American country borders Colombia. That would be Panama. Guyana is home to the world's largest single drop water, 4 times higher than Niagara Falls. That would be... I'm gonna go ahead and use this. I'm drawing a blank right up. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to guess that. This river's drainage basin stretches through Venezuela and Colombia. That would be... the Oricoro, I think it is. No. I'm gonna go ahead and use this as well. Orinoco, okay. I just mixed up the letters. I was close. Over half the South American population lives here. That would be Brazil. Of course, you talk about Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, Brasilia, cities like that have a pretty substantial population. One of the landlocked countries of South America, that would be Bolivia. Bordered by Colombia and Peru, that would be Ecuador. Has a very similar looking flag to Colombia and Venezuela. Country has the equator running through it, that would be Brazil. It's not the only one in as a country has the equator running through it. As a matter of fact, I believe Ecuador does in parts of Peru. Crude, petroleum, and what make up Colombia's largest exports, that would be coal. Country is home to the Galapagos Islands, that would be the Ecuador. Shares borders with Argentina and Brazil, that would be Uruguay, or Uruguay, however you want to pronounce it. I'm just going to say Uruguay because that's how I'm accustomed to say it, even though I know it's not right. I do apologize. Now it would be the Pacific Ocean and off the coast of Ecuador. Easter Island is part of which country? That would be Chile, even though it's thousands of miles away. Native species, that would be the capybara. Sorry if you hear a dog. Petrol can be bought here for just 2 cents US dollars per liter. Wow. Not nowadays. And that would be Venezuela. Imagine only paying 2 cents per liter for gas. That's unheard of these days. As we are a quarter of the way through this this category. Wow. I'm recording this. It's actually May 5th, which is Revenge of the 5th. Ocean separates the Americas from Europe and Africa. That would be the Atlantic. I don't know why a galaxy popped up in my head when I meant category. Maybe I'm subconsciously thinking about Super Mario Galaxy again. I don't know. Shows its largest border with Argentina. It would be Chile. Country contains provinces of Galapagos, Bolivar, and Los Rios. That would be Ecuador. The mouth of the Catatumbo River is home to this atmospheric phenomenon all year round. That would be lightning. Think of it as the real-life Tundra Plateau from Breath of the Wild. If you've ever played that game and experienced Tundra Plateau, especially trying to unlock the shrine there, you have an idea what they're talking about there. Patagonia is made up of Chile and Argentina. Brazil is home to most of which rainforest? That would be the Amazon rainforest. This country stretches over 4,300 kilos from north to south. That would be Chile. Third largest country is South America. That would be Peru. Incredibly diverse country containing 15 continental zones, 2 marine zones in the Antarctic region. That would be Argentina. Paraguay is one of the world's largest exporter of which food? Now it would be soybeans. Or soybean in this case. They wanted to singular, as we're above 3,300 green light bulbs. Name the country, that would be Venezuela. Official language of this country is Dutch. That would be Suriname. Only Portuguese-speaking country in South America, that would be Brazil. Peru's largest seaport, that would be... I'm gonna use a thing. Yeah, I didn't know that one. I used 10 and got 6 back. Approximately 1/4 of Paraguay's GDP is generated from this industry. There would be minerals. No, not mineral. There we go. Country's official name is the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. This country borders Panama. That would be, we had a question similar to this. It would be Colombia, not Colombia. It's not spelled with a U. It's spelled with a second O. It's Colombia, not Colombia. Shares a border with every South American country except Chile and Ecuador. That would be Brazil. Just to give you an idea just how big this country is. Colombia was named after which Italian explorer? That would be Christopher Columbus. No. I do not spell Columbus. People still celebrate Columbus Day, though it coincides with the Indigenous Peoples Day. Name the country, that would be Paraguay. Home of former Newcastle player Miguel Almiron. I do miss Miggy. He was a good player for us. At least he's back in Atlanta. I did like him when he was in Atlanta. This country has no official religion, considered one of the most secular South American countries. That would be Uruguay. I honestly did not know that. Highest mountain in South America, that'd be Aconcagua. Let's see if I can spell this right. Aconcagua. Name the country, that would be Trinidad and Tobago, which is actually part of North America, which is kind of weird they're asking me this, because, like I just said, it's part of North America. Yeah, it's not part of South... It's not very far from South America, but it's still technically part of North America. World's largest producer and exporter of bananas, that would be Ecuador. I know a lot of people think it's Guatemala, one of the South American countries, but... I mean, Central American countries, but it's not. This sea contains the world's second largest barrier reef, the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef. That would be the Caribbean. Or Caribbean, however you choose to pronounce it. Okay, we are halfway through. I know we're going on almost 14 minutes, but like I said, I am going to finish this category. Brazil is the largest speaker in the world of which language? That would be Portuguese. Of course, it's home of Newcastle player Bruno Guimarães, which is a very Portuguese-sounding name. He is Brazilian, and he is awesome. This mountain range runs through Peru. That would be the Andes. Also home of the Incan Empire when it lived. Longest continental mountain range in the world. Again, that would be the Andes. Language spoken by Hispanic America. That would be Spanish. Name the city. That would be Rio de Janeiro. The city that honestly ruined I Still Know What You Did Last Summer for me. If you know, right off the bat, which I know this is going to be a spoiler, but if you know at the very beginning of the movie that Rio de Janeiro is not the capital of Brazil, then that pretty much ruins the entire movie. But anyway, this river runs through Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina. There would be that, I think that's the Parana. P-A-R-A-N-A. Yep. Like the fish, only not spelled the same. That is Colombia. Again, not spelled with a U. It's Colombia, not Colombia. I can't say that enough. Jorge Wilstermann International Airport is in this country. That would be Bolivia. There's actually a football club named Jorge Wilstermann something. Government Bolivia sits in the city. That would be La Paz. Southern parts of Chile and Argentina form which geographical region? That would be Patagonia. We're just ripping right through these. We're almost 3/4 of the way there. Home of Cueva de las Manos. That would be Argentina. Smallest independent country in South America. That would be Suriname. Used to be a Dutch colony. That's why its primary language is Dutch. Multiple countries settled in South America at one point. This country shares its coastal border with the Atlantic Ocean. It would be Argentina. Country shares its largest border with Chile. Again, Argentina. Not surprisingly, Brazil and Argentina are dominating the questions here in this category. Sao Paulo is the largest city of Brazil. It is not Rio de Janeiro like some people think. So Sao Paulo is the largest city, as we're exactly at 3,400 green bulbs, but Brasilia is the capital of Brazil, not Rio de Janeiro. Argentina's official language is Spanish. Name the country. That again, it would be Suriname. Home of Angel Falls. That would be Venezuela. One of the landlocked countries of South America, that would be Paraguay. I'm so confused why Trinidad and Tobago was a question on here. And that would be Ecuador. This waterway connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. That would be the Panama Canal. That was easy. Like literally every other letter is an A in that name. Country contains one of the planet's highest levels of biodiversity. That would be Colombia. That is Guyana. That's Chile. Borders Brazil and Venezuela. That would be Guyana. Almost drew a blank there. And we are 3/4 of the way through this category. We just got 5 more to go. Nice long episode to bring the series back after a couple months. Argentina contains approximately 5,000 speakers of which European language. That would be Welsh. Surprisingly. This ocean covers 43% of the Earth's water surface. That would be the Pacific. It does border South America, so this is a relevant question. Country contains the world's largest oil reserves. That would be Venezuela, not the Middle East. This country borders the Atlantic Ocean. That would be Suriname. Native species. Oh, that's a giant anteater. I was trying to make out what the hell that was. Not gonna lie, that kind of looked like a butterfly at first. What the heck is that? That's not a good picture of a giant anteater. Four more to go. Volcanic island off the coast of Brazil in the South Atlantic Ocean. I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Oh, Ascension! I'm an idiot. I did know that. At least I have green bulbs to spare. The Rio de la Plata enters into which ocean? It'll be the Atlantic. Wow. I do know how to spell Atlantic. From 1954 to 1975, this country is part of the Netherlands, and like I said before, it was a colony there of Netherlands, and that is Suriname. Actually participates, the national football team participates in CONCACAF, which is a North American governing body, but 3/4 of Suriname's exports are gold. Name the country, that would be Uruguay. The first FIFA World Cup champions, as a matter of fact, they won the first two tournaments back in 1930 and 1934, and then Italy won their first World Cup in 1938, and then it wasn't until 1950 when the fourth World Cup happened. Name the country, that would be the largest country on the continent, Brazil. This site produces the second most electricity of its kind in the world. That would be... I don't know. Oh, yeah, I would have never guessed that. This river splits Paraguay into two regions, east and west. Again, I'm gonna use Rio Paraguay. Okay. The Paraguay would... I should have known that. Most widely spoken language would be Portuguese. Thanks in part because of Brazil being so big and so populated. Largest mining activity of Guyana, that would be gold, much like Suriname. Getting some of my green light bulbs back. Name the country, that would be Peru. Home of former Newcastle player Norberto Solano. World's largest exporter of electrical power, that would be Paraguay. Which I honestly did not know that. I assumed it was the United States. Shares a land border with Brazil, that would be Peru. Peru getting some love here as of late. Atlantic forest lies mostly in which country? That would be Brazil. Very pretty picture. Third largest population in Latin America, that would be Colombia. We might be, maybe not. I don't think we'll quite reach 3,500 green bulbs, as we are here in the final section here. Largest country in South America, of course, that's Brazil. Contains one of the largest unspoiled rainforests in South America, that would be Guyana. The world's most remote island. Oh, I know this one, Bovit Island. I know that from Alien vs. Predator. The first Alien vs. Predator movie. So, who says you don't learn anything from that movie? That is Bolivia. Yeah, we are just gonna miss out on 3,500 green bulbs. I think we're gonna be one or two short. Archipelago in the South Atlantic Ocean. That would be the Falkland Islands. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna miss out by 3. But we are done with the South American category. Do we get an achievement? Yes, we do. Getting the Andes. I love it. I love the pun. But next time I see you guys, we will be taking on Africa. Let me just see how long Africa is. Okay, it's about the same, so it's going to be the same length. Let me just look ahead here just to see. Okay, Asia's going to be a bit longer, so that's probably going to be 3 episodes. And then Oceania is going to be a short one, so. But we are going to be completing Africa next time I see you guys. Hope you guys are looking forward to that. But thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I'll be seeing you guys again next time.